Hey guys, John here with the Infidel Garage. Little update on my 2001 BMW 4.4 liter X5. As you know, I did the timing chain on it. That's all good to go. Um, just did my first oil change on it since, and I suspected maybe there was some more plastic shit that has gone through the engine from the old timing chain guides and would be waiting for me in the bottom of the pan, which it was, and there was some that had also gotten sucked up into the screen. So that's the reason for such a quick oil change. Again, I've only done maybe 1,000 miles in it and just want to get that crap completely out of the engine. There's no way to get it out but run it and clean it out of the bottom again. So I've already dropped the oil pan, cleaned all that stuff up. I threw it away. I'd show you a picture of it, but it's just more timing chain chunks of not the chain itself, but the plastic guides. Then I had another couple issues I wanted to address while I had it up on ramps, jack stands, and all that shit. Yep, that's oil down in the spark plugs. And that's not even what was concerning me, because I haven't gotten any kind of check engine lights or anything since doing the job. It was a leak that was going right down onto the exhaust manifolds. So down here where the timing chain cover meets the cylinder head, you can see that little right there. That black piece is the gasket between the two pieces of aluminum, and I'm trying to show you up here where I can actually demonstrate. I've already flattened this one back out. See if I can focus something that close. There you go. So what I should have done when I first did it was shave that down after the timing chain cover was on and tore it down, because the gasket pokes up a little bit, and definitely need to go ahead and flatten it down with a razor blade to make it nice and flush across there. A good surface for the valve cover to sit on. I didn't do that. So she ended up leaking on both sides, the bottoms, not so much the tops, because gravity's gonna have all the oil sitting down there. I mean, it wasn't like a massive leak or anything. It was just enough to, a couple drops on the hot exhaust manifold, and you get smoke everywhere, and stinky pulls right through the ventilation system. And I'm not about driving stinky oil burning cars. Not my style. But so that was an eBay set of gaskets. I'm not gonna put those same gaskets back on because I fear that right here where they were rising over that lump, and they've been heat cycled already, that they're gonna be, it's still gonna have that lump there. So no matter if I put RTV there or not, it's just gonna leak again. So I'm not putting those gaskets back on. I ordered a set from Napa. It's $80 for both sides, and that's going to be, the outer valve cover gasket and the inside one for the spark plugs. Spark plug ones had no reason to leak whatsoever. That's just a nice, super flat surface. You can't torque these things down wrong. I mean, once they're tight, they're tight. They've got a little lip on the actual bolts themselves. So, I mean, when they seat down, they seat down. They're only going to go that far, and that's it. Before they're done, they're designed that way, so you're not going to crack your valve cover. You're not going to over torque the valve cover and squash the gasket out. But with the eBay shit, I mean, you got way lax tolerances compared to BMW's OE stuff. Yep, I mean, fucking sucks, but whatever, you gotta spend the money if you're gonna own the car. It works for some things, ain't gonna work for others, but whatever. I'm doing it right now. I'd advise anybody that's gonna be doing this job to just go ahead and get the right gasket, so you're not back in here doing this again. And I mean, it's only $80. I definitely would rather have just spent the money than have this engine, broke down this far. It's not that far, but have the car down for 2 days because now I gotta order gaskets that they don't have in the store, and wait till tomorrow at lunchtime. But I got this side done, shaved, ready to go back together. Got to hit that side. It's not as hard as some people have it. I mean, just to get this wiring loom box disaster out. I mean, it's just a 10 mil here, 10 mil on the back, and same on this side, 10 mil, and then there's one down there. Get those off. When the box slides out, you got to take all the coil packs out. It's not that big of a job, but definitely I got a new, whatever the hell this thing is called, I forgot already. It's a heater control valve. If you're only getting heat on one side in the wintertime, this has dual heater cores, and there's a heater control valve. I mean, there's this is a hose that goes to it, that's a hose that goes to it, and that's another one. I mean, it's got a whole bunch of hoses that go into that guy. Well, that top one doesn't, that goes into the reservoir. But anyway, this is it. So this is a new one, and ordered from eBay, but it's a BMW part, so I'm not fucking around with eBay stuff anymore. This is the old one. It just was only putting out of one of two of these hoses, so I was nice and warm on the passenger side, still blowing cold on driver. So good time, since I need to get that out of the way to do the valve cover, to go ahead and replace it. I've already had it sitting here, was waiting for this job. Go ahead and drain all the coolant out all at once, only refill it once. Another thing I gotta do is a little thermostat for the trans cooler. Lighting sucks, but it's this guy right here. So that's supposed to open up and let water flow for the trans cooler. And we were having a little bit of transmission issues, so that's what she looks like. Real simple part, but there's a little thermostat in there. Couple transmission issues with it going in a pretty much limp mode without throwing a check engine light. It just want to stick in a lower gear than it should be. I mean, riding around in like third or fourth on the highway. And I'm able to reset that now just by resetting the pedal. Oh god, what the hell is that thing called? It's basically the reading the ECU gets from the electronic pedal. So you can reset that just by having the car off, turn the ignition on, hold the pedal down for like 30 seconds, turn the ignition off, and then you're good to go. That's happened to us 2 or 3 times already. So I don't think it's this part. I don't think there's anything actually wrong with the transmission. It's got a new filter, good fluid in it, but I've got the parts, coolant's out, so it's gonna go in. I still gotta do this side because it's leaking in exactly the same spot. I don't know if you can see, but it's like right on top of the AC compressor down there. No, can't see. I know you got a light, but take my word for it, it's leaking. Same exact damn spot. Probably the same story with the spark plugs. So I'm just gonna do them both. OE gaskets, $80 from Napa. I'm sure you can order them elsewhere, but we'll see if that fixes it up. That's the only issues that I have with the car, and then she'll be good to go. AC blows nice and cold, which is perfect because it's about to be real hot out here. Well, if you're wondering what my mess is, everybody that's lost coolant knows what that is. Yeah, so I had a coolant leak the other day, which really set me off because the day before I was staring down in here in the valley pan, and I saw coolant sitting down in there. I was like, son of a bitch, I gotta do the valley pan gasket again. Well, it turns out it wasn't the valley pan gasket or the crossover tubes from the water pump. Luckily, it was actually my radiator hose, the upper one, right where that seam is in the plastic. Right here. That sucker cracked open just so slightly and blew right onto the fan and was getting kicked everywhere. But luckily, that was a hose. Again, Napa Auto Parts. Only place in town up here in Northern California, up in Penn Valley area, that had it. It was $110 for a hose, but I wasn't about to leave the car sitting in the parking lot. And super easy to change thanks to these really easy, snap couplings. A couple of those, and hose came out, new one went in. That's where it's at. It'll all get cleaned up again. I promise. I'm not rolling around in a dirty ass car. It's the wife's anyway. She'd shoot me if it was dirty. So yeah, eBay, good for some, not for all. I'm being the experimental guy here, try and save you guys some money and myself. Some things just ain't worth it. So don't waste your money on eBay valve cover gaskets for BMWs. I mean, I'm just gonna say in general for all of them. I mean, if it's happening to this engine, it's probably just across the board, because I know the 3.0s go together the exact same way with the timing chain cover like that. Don't use eBay shit. God, it makes me just worry about this timing chain itself, because that's an eBay kit. God damn it. Alright, well, timing chain job is done and over. It's working fine. I'm not gonna scare myself. It's all good. It's all good. Alright. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll save you some time and money by not getting eBay valve cover gaskets. Have a good one.